Assalamualaikum guys, I'm Miza Fatima. Assalamualaikum guys, I'm Miza Fatima back with another video. Welcome you all of you to my YouTube channel. Guys, today's video is about plants. So let's get started, and before starting the video, I want you to subscribe to my channel, press the bell icon, like and share. Let's get started. Reproduction of flowering plants. Living things reproduce to ensure that their own kind will continue to exist. Otherwise, they would become extinct. The reproduction of flowering plants includes some steps: pollination, fertilization, and seed dispersal. And also, last step, germination. Pollination. Pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from anther of a flower to the stigma of the same or another flower. There are two steps of pollination: self or cross pollination. You can see in the diagram below that the pollen grains are transferring by an insect called pollinator, which transfers the pollen grains from the anther of a flower to the stigma of another flower. Now comes the types of pollinations. As I told you in the previous slide that there are two types of pollination, self and cross pollination. First, we should talk about self-pollination, which occurs when the pollen grains are transferred from the anther of a flower to the stigma of the same flower. And the cross-pollination occurs when the pollen grains are transferred from the anther of a flower to the stigma of another flower. So this is the difference, that the self-pollination is from the same flower and the cross-pollination is from another flower. Now for some more information, I want you to tell you that pollination is done by another two ways, which are pollination by animals and pollination by wind. So if you need to know that which flower, this flower is done by pollination by animals or pollination by wind, so just you need really just simply need to be remember the characteristics that I'm going to tell you, which are flowers that are pollinated by animals usually have colorful and large petals, and they usually have nice scents. These attract animals to the flowers. And flowers that are pollinated by animals also usually have sticky pollens. The sticky pollens can stick onto the bodies of the pollinators, and when the pollinators move from one flower to another flower to feed, they transfer some of the pollen to the stigmas of the flowers. And examples are bee, butterfly, fly, and birds. And pollination done by wind is characteristics are pollination done by wind usually have white or dull colored and small petals. The flowers are usually unscented, and some wind pollinated flowers do not even have petals. This is because they do not need to attract animals for the pollination. Instead, they produce a lot of tiny and light pollen grains that can be easily carried by the wind. So, thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe. And also tell in the WhatsApp by messaging that which topics should I make with you, and I will get a chance to make your video of your choice. So please tell in the WhatsApp by messaging, because you can't tell in the comment section box, because this channel is made for kids. So the YouTube has turned off the comments.